Where are we?
We're in my basement.
This is my basement too. That's okay.
My
All right.
man cave.
All right. Tent camping 101.
Yeah.
We
So
need layers, right?
so we're talking about insulation for colder weather, and we're gonna start off with tents. So the most basic thing you'll need is a sleeping bag. Here's an example of a sleeping bag. This is a kid-sized. This one's REI brand. It's rated for 25 degrees.
What does that mean?
So nicer brands, they're going to be comfort rated, which means you will sleep comfortably down to 25 degrees, give or take, depending on whatever. Women tend to sleep colder, men sleep warmer. This is rated for kids, so they kind of take an average, and kids down to 25 degrees will be a-okay. If you have a cheaper sleeping bag, typically those aren't telling you the truth. Those are what's called survival rated, and that means it will keep you alive, but you will start to get cold, and it won't really help you down to the temperature it even says on the label.
And you can do kind of like sleeping bag math where you can layer up and kind of create a custom warmth, if you will.
So this is a fleece sleeping bag. It can be used somewhere in the 50s, but it's like kind of a sleepover thing. But they work really nicely as sleeping bag liners. You put them inside your other sleeping bag, and it will greatly increase the temperature rating.
Yep.
So we've got a few of those. Those are very handy to have. If you have a cheaper bag, you can just spend a few bucks, get a fleece liner. They have silk liners. There's all sorts of different ones, and those will help get more warmth out of your sleeping bag.
You can also just get like a fleece blanket if you have one of those around the house and just kind of wrap it around your feet and your legs to help keep that, but you don't wrap it too tight.
You can also add, if you don't want to buy anything, you can add blankets.
Yep.
But speaking of underneath,
yep, you want to get off the ground. You don't want to sleep a sleeping bag directly on the ground if you can help it.
It will suck the heat away from you. So we have two examples here. This one's just a standard air mattress. You have to inflate it, but that gives you that air barrier between you and the ground that allows your body to heat up this, and that will keep you slightly warmer. But then there's also insulated options. This is a single insulated pad, so it actually has foam in here, and then you inflate it to get that extra barrier filled with air, and that will keep you insulated as well.
I don't think we have any of them out, but they also make like little squishy foam mattress, like
it's
pads.
Closed cell foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are like, anyone who's been in the military will have a closed cell foam pad at some point.
Yeah. Or they
those work very well.
They look kind of like thick yoga mats. You can find those or something like that, just to get off the ground a little bit to keep you warm. So.
Another option is the you can buy it at the hardware store. It's like it's that bubble wrap that has the reflective on both sides. Reflectix, that's what it's called. You can use Reflectix, cut off a sheet on a strip, and you can lay on that. They're kind of noisy, but they actually work really well, keeping that heat and reflecting it back to you.
Yep. Okay. And then obviously we'll do another one about hammocks and things to wear as terms of clothing to help keep you warm. And don't forget a pillow, because nobody wants neck problems in the morning, because that's not fun.
Pillows are good for hammocks as well. They just need to be less inflated if they're inflatable, or not as fluffy if they're not.